Okay, so hey guys, now I do just have to say that if I look down here, it's because my laptop's down here, but I just wanted to thank you all, first of all, for 500 subscribers. It's insane. And yesterday when I looked, we were on like 570, so already after hitting like 500, we're approaching 600 now. And it's just incredible to see like how well my channel has done. We're going to start off with the actual Snapchat questions, so thank you everybody who was brave enough to send me the videos on Snapchat. Yeah, do you know what, I've been trying for, I delayed this video for so long, and I've literally just managed to get half an hour of recording time, and I was like, right, I've got to do this Snapchat Q&A. Everybody's asking for it, so I just thought it's just not fair. Somebody outside is beeping, so ignore that. Yeah, thanks dude. Finally, the traffic and mayhem outside is gone. Why is it when I'm always trying to do a video, somebody just interrupts? But anyway, let's get started. What I'm going to do is play the Snapchat questions first, then I'll go on to Twitter, and whatever questions have been asked up until this point, I'll be answering them. So let's get into it, guys. I do just want to say as well, the first the first 5 questions are by my little sister, because she was so hyper to get into this, so, and I can't really deny it, you know that. So yeah, they're from her. Then there's 2 from the same guy. There's 1 and then there's another 2 from 2 different people. Then there's 2 from another different guy. But yeah, we've got a few. So you know, I just want to say, don't feel bad if you didn't want to send the question on Snapchat, and I hope that you were able to get your questions in on Twitter. So yeah, you know, being shy is totally cool. I was shy. I've spent like most of my life being shy, so don't worry about it. Let's get started with the questions. The first one from my sister Kaylee.
Would you rather eat a cupcake that was out of date or drink milk that was out of date?
Okay, so I cut off the last bit there, but the question was, would you rather eat a cupcake that was out of date or drink milk that was out of date? This is a little like something that you probably wouldn't have known about me. I have a real bad OCD with foods and drinks and dates. So if there's something that goes off on that date, it could be something that's totally fine. And I do just want to say that the sell by date is exactly that, the day that you should sell it by. It doesn't mean that the food just goes off like a bomb and expires that day. But I treat it like that, and I shouldn't, because I know deep down that it's okay for me to eat or drink, but I just don't. And the funniest thing was, before I lived here, I lived with my dad, and my dad is terrible for keeping milk that goes off like the day before. He doesn't, you know. The best thing to do is with milk, it's the smell. But to cut a long story short, the milk was absolutely fine. It went off on that day, and I tipped like half a pint of milk down the sink, and my dad went mental, as you would. That I've just wasted half a pint of milk that was alright just because it went off on that day. And it wasn't, it smelt fine as well. That's the worst of it. My dad went absolutely ballistic. So I'm gonna say, I could not. Oh, it depends how out of date it is, but obviously milk goes worse first, I think, than cupcakes. I'm not sure. I'd rather eat the cupcake, I think. Yeah, because I just, out of date milk must just be so bad. I've never had it before, but it just seems so bad. Next question.
Would you rather spend a week in Paris or a week in LA?
Oh God, I love America. I've never been, but I love the look of America. I love LA because it's where like loads of celebrities live, and there's just like so much to do there as well. Yeah, LA just seems like such an awesome place, and don't get me wrong, so does Paris. But I feel like if I had the chance to go either, and it was like a once in a lifetime opportunity, I'd go to LA. Mainly because from England, my logic is that from England, like France isn't too far. There's the Eurotunnel that we could go on as well to get there. There are, you know, it's quite easy to get to France, whereas like LA, I guess that's more of a rare chance. So I'd rather go to LA for that reason, and also just I do prefer LA in general, but I just love traveling, to be fair. I love going to new cities and places and new countries, and just, yeah, that's why when I went on, if you subscribe to my vlogging channel, and you saw my vlog of the cruise that we went on. I love that cruise because every day you wake up and you're in a different place. You only sail at night, and then when you wake up you're in like a new beautiful place, and it's awesome. And for anybody that ever has a chance to go on a cruise, I would go on one. It doesn't matter where it takes you. Like, we went to Israel, Turkey, and Greece. We should have been going to Beirut, but it was too dangerous there, so we couldn't go. But that's why we had to go to Greece instead, and it was just awesome. Like, just waking up somewhere different, just being able to go out all day in a new place each day is just awesome. So yeah, I just love traveling, and I admire, it's why I absolutely admire Fun for Louis, because his lifestyle must be so epic. Like, if you don't know who Fun for Louis is, he's pretty much, he lives like a cruise. He's always somewhere different, like in all of his vlogs. He's just like, he just lives such a cool life, it seems. Next question anyway.
Would you rather be rich but have to live in a haunted mansion, or be poor and live in a normal house?
This is a tough one, actually. I'm terrified of ghosts, and I am that kind of person that I think if I ever saw a ghost, I'd probably have a heart attack or something, because I'm so scared of them. I have such a fear of them. Just anything like that creeps me out, like Poltergeist. I've seen too many horror films, and read all of the Goosebumps books, but to be fair, they aren't really ghosts, they're monsters, but you get what I mean. It's just, just ghosts are just like, no. But then you're rich, so, but I don't know, I think money isn't really everything. I'd rather, but then if you're rich, I guess you could, I don't know, you could probably like pay for a priest to come and like get rid of your ghosts and stuff, but then I don't know if I could still live there knowing that there's a chance that, you know, that it once was haunted, and that I still think I wouldn't feel safe, like, no matter what they did. You could get the Ghostbusters in, and I'd still probably, like, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. So I'm gonna have to be poor and live in a normal house, as my sister described it as, whatever a normal house is. Next question from my sister.
What's your favourite song at the moment?
What is your favourite song at the moment? Do you know what? My favourite song changes, and I can't really say I always have a few favourite songs. So I'm gonna go for One Dance by Drake, because that's one that if it was to come on to shuffle, I would like press replay a couple of times on that. But I also really like Zayn at the minute as well, just any Zayn. Well, there's Pillow Talk, which has kind of died down a little bit now, though it was good when it first came out. But I like Before by Zayn, and Like I Would, that's a good song too. So yeah, good. But I've got to go for One Dance by Drake, because it's just such a good song. Next question.
What's your favourite food?
What's your favourite food? Ooh. Now this is good, because it's awesome, because my sister just asked me that, and then somebody on Twitter actually asked me my favourite shape of a certain food, which is my favourite food. So pasta is my favourite food. I love, or if you to define a cuisine, I'd say Italian, so I like pizza as well. But pasta and pizza, like, you've got healthy or, yeah, not so healthy. But I love Italian food. I love pasta. I can literally eat pasta just cooked with some olive oil and black pepper just on its own. I love it so much, so good. And pasta's one of them you can eat cold or hot as well. And it's like, at this time of year in the UK, in Stoke in particular, it's been so nice recently in regards to the weather. And pasta is just like so nice just to have all day, like throughout I could literally eat pasta for lunch and then go and have like something else pasta-y for dinner as well. So I just love pasta so much. We've finished my sister's questions, and we're on to a guy called Arnie now, a subscriber, somebody from Twitter as well. All so nice, and he's actually older than me, and I didn't realise that. So his first question:
Which Norwegian player is your favorite?
Which Norwegian player is my favourite? So Harald Nordvik comes from Norway, right? I really like him. I loved him when he was at Arsenal in the reserves. He was like my favourite. He was one of them that I really wanted to make it at Arsenal. but sadly, you know, we did sell him on. And he currently, well, he was playing for Borussia Mönchengladbach, and then he moved to, I think he's recently moved to West Ham, which is a great buy for West Ham. And I'm actually so excited to see him back in the Premier League again. And I would go for him, but he's probably my favourite current Norwegian player. But previously, and you're going to like this, Arnie, because you're a Liverpool fan, it was John Arne Riise. I think that's how you say his name. I just admired him, and he was around like when I first took an interest in football, and he's such a good player. And like it seemed like a really great guy as well. I knew a few Liverpool fans that were my friends at the time that actually got to meet him, and they were like, "Yeah, he's so nice," and he was such a good player. So Riise is probably my favourite all-time Norwegian player, but Havard Nordtveit is my favourite current Norwegian player. And your next question from Arnie again.
Favorite beer?
My favourite beer. So if you mean beer as in like ale, I have to say Budweiser. I know that Norway do brew some good beers as well apparently, but sadly I'm not a fan of ale too much. I like alcohol. I sound like such a bloody alcoholic. I'm not an alcoholic, alright. I do like alcohol, but I'm not a huge beer fan. I'm more of like a rum and coke type of girl. But my favourite other like alcoholic beverage at the minute is probably WKD have just brought out a brand new passion fruit mix type drink, and that is so nice. It's so refreshing, like with the weather being nice outside. It's just really nice, and it like really quenches your thirst. Yeah, so it's really nice. And again, like my favorite drink just does change all the time. Like in the winter I'll like Bailey's because it's warm and it's just nice at that time of year. But yeah, definitely in the summer I am a big fan of Pimm's as well, if you know what that is. I love that, and I love cocktails as well. I love alcohol. The next one, this is really weird, by the way.
Hey, can you do this?
Wow. This is from I cannot do that, by the way. Ugh, how do you do that? It looks really wrong, by the way. But yeah, thank you for sending me that. This is from a guy from Twitter that I know. And, you know, he's so awesome. Like literally any tweet is just like there liking it, and it's just awesome. So thank you, by the way, for being like, I don't know, so nice to me. A really awesome guy. And yeah, I can't do that, but that has just reminded me, by the way, thank you for sending me that, because it's just reminded me of one of my best friends from primary school. He used to be able to do that and all different things like that. I think it's called double jointed, isn't it? I don't think that's being double jointed. That's muscle, isn't it? I don't know what it is. Is that what it is? Like where you crack your, I don't know what you're doing. But yeah, my best friend from primary used to be able to do things like that, and he just used to freak me out. But that has just brought back, it's weird how like that question, if you can call it a question, that video has just brought back so many primary school memories. The next one is from Sabia.
Would you rather us win the Champions League or go an unbeaten season?
I keep cutting everybody's questions off. I'm sorry about that. I'm not the best at trimming. Considering I edit YouTube videos, I should be pretty good at that sort of thing. But sorry, Sabia, to cut you off there. So, would I rather us win the Champions League or go an unbeaten season? This is so difficult. When you first sent me this, I planned out what I was going to say, and now I've just totally forgot because it was so long ago, because I've just delayed this video for so long. I guess I would rather, the thing is like, it's so difficult because with the unbeaten season, that is something that nobody's done before. But at this present moment in time, we haven't won the Champions League, so, oh my god, I don't know. I really don't know. The thing is, like, people play that off all the time as well, like, our unbeaten season. A lot of fans do. Whereas, like, but then again, to be fair, we could win the Champions League, and I think other fans would still manage to play it off and say that it was a fluke or whatever. So, I think personally, for the club, I think the better achievement is probably, with how good Europe is at the minute and European football, like other European clubs like Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, etc., etc. There's just so many. The Champions League, like, not many English teams get far anymore in it because we're just outshone by the likes of Bayern and BBVA clubs. Atletico, how could I forget them? They are on the rise. So I'd probably say the Champions League, and I'm probably going to get some stick for that. But that is a tough decision, you know. That is so tough. Like, wow, I didn't think it would be like that hard to answer, but I remember, I swear before that I chose the unbeaten season, but I don't know, I am so torn between that because obviously the unbeaten season is incredible. It's an amazing achievement to do that. And had any other club done that, you know, it would still be hyped up today by other fans. But because it's us, you know, people play it off. And again, like, even an unbeaten season with how you've seen what a weird season the Premier League's been, just like how close it all is. The fact that Leicester fans, but you know, the fact that little Leicester, who struggled the previous season to stop up, just managed to stop up, then went on to win the league. It shows like how competitive English football's getting. And I know that a lot of the big clubs didn't perform, but still, like, you can't just blame that on Leicester's success. You can't, just say that was the reason Leicester won. It's mental. I don't know. I think I'd still have to say Champions League though. I think just about I prefer to win the Champions League. It'd just be awesome. Like for Wenger as well, it'd be a good way for him to go out because obviously he's getting on now. You know what? The day he leaves the club, I'll be so sad. And I just hope he does it off his own accord. You know, I hope he never has to get sacked or anything like that. Next up, the last two questions now are from Ryan.
Hey Kim, congrats on 500. I was wondering, do you maybe want to do after Fallout 3, Fallout 4 walk?
Thanks, Ryan, for congratulating me. You're so close to like 200. I watched one of your videos yesterday. Don't ask me which one, I forgot. I think it was the GTA video that you did. And I was like, I looked at your subscribers and you were like 199. I was like, come on, someone subscribe to Ryan, get him to 200. I hope you do really well, Ryan, because you've been like subscribed to me for so long now. And it's crazy because you did the reacting to old videos, and I remember those old videos, and my old videos were probably worse than yours, to be fair. I did some cringy stuff when I first started, but it's amazing to see like how you've really grown up, like from when we were first subscribed to each other, and that was just awesome. But to answer your question, by the way, yeah, I am gonna do Fallout 4. I loved Fallout 3 so much. I loved the Fallout series. To be fair, I never played the other two. And when Fallout 4 came out, I was watching a couple of people play a bit of the game. I didn't want to watch too much because I knew that I would probably go and get it, and I was just like loving it, absolutely loved it. And when I went to buy it, fortunately, it was on a deal where you could get Fallout 3 as well, so I thought, yeah, why not? And played Fallout 3, and that is just as incredible. I wasn't expecting Fallout 3 to be that good, but it really was, and I'm glad that I played it because it gave me an insider going into Fallout 4. But yeah, my initial plan was to only play Fallout 4, but I enjoyed Fallout 3 so much that I had to do a playthrough of that too. And yeah, I will be starting Fallout 4 pretty soon, actually. Probably once the Euros is about to kick off, and I've got the Euro series to get through to make sure that that the Euros hasn't already kicked off and I'm still way far behind with the Euro series. I want to finish the Euro series, so go through all the teams, and then then I'll be starting Fallout because I won't have as many things to upload. And Ryan's last question.
Also, my other question is, do you maybe want to collab sometime, maybe on GTA 5 or something for YouTube?
So yeah, short story, I would love to collab. I've been wanting to collab with people I can't speak for so long. Like I'm just too shy, to be honest. But yeah, I think we could do some GTA stuff or something. And I've been thinking about getting Black Ops as well, so we could collab on that. And also in regards to collabing, I don't think you play FIFA, which is cool, but for everybody else, anyone that does play FIFA, I was thinking about doing, somebody suggested that I do a sub FIFA challenge, when I was thinking about what to do for my 500 special, and I'm gonna do that now. What I'm planning on doing is a forfeit FIFA challenge with my subscribers, so and friends as well, you know. So what will happen is we'll play a game with each other against each other on FIFA, and then whoever loses has to do a forfeit. And the forfeit, if you're too shy to be on camera, it could be something as simple as posting an embarrassing tweet or something like that, you know, letting me, you know, tweet something for you or something like that. But if you're not so shy about going on camera like Ryan, you can, like, you know, we could do some challenges. Like I could make you do the cinnamon challenge like what Ryan did, or like have some Tabasco or something like that. You know, and I think, yeah, I think it'd probably depend on the severity of the loss. So if you lose by like 1 goal, it's just a tweet or something like that. But if you lose by like 3 goals or 4 goals, if you get absolutely thrashed, then you've got to do like something worse each time. So yeah, if you want to get involved with that, follow me on Twitter and DM me, and I will get something sorted, because I want to start that ASAP. I've just got this camera up and running now, so yeah. It's still so weird looking at a lens, by the way. But that is the end of the Snapchat bit. Now we're going to go over to Twitter. And yeah, thank you everybody on Twitter for getting involved. It's awesome. So the first question I just put on Twitter, just to ask me some questions for a Q&A. I didn't even say that I'd be answering the questions in a video, so I hope none of you think I was being ignorant. I wasn't. I'm saving them for this video. So Bam, who is an absolute legend, by the way. If you're an Arsenal fan or you just want somebody funny to follow on Twitter, just follow Bam, please, because it's just such a legend. He said, "When will Beyonce leave Jay-Z for me?" You know what, you're a nice guy and Beyonce would love you, and I think what you should do is send a tweet to Beyonce and get all of Arsenal Twitter to like that tweet so that she sees it, and then you never know, you could well be in there. Next up comes from Jay. So Jay asks, so what's your favourite Didi Lovato song? Didi Lovato is Demi Lovato's Twitter @. For those of you who don't know Jay, just look at his bio on Twitter and you'll see he is absolutely obsessed with Demi. And to answer your question, Jay, because I will answer it for you, I do like Demi's music, in all fairness. It's just that Jay spams the group chat on Twitter with Demi pictures, Demi gifs, Demi lyrics, just anything Demi, basically. I roasted him the other day for it, but I think my family are going to watch this, so I'm not going to say what I said to him. I'm not going to tell you guys what I said to him. If you want to know, you'll have to DM me, but I absolutely roasted him. It was so funny. But he loves me, you know, it's good. We're friends. It's just banter. So my favourite Demi song is probably Neon Lights. That's pretty good. I liked Cool for the Summer, and then I looked at the lyrics and I was like, oh god, okay, the song is a little bit dodgy, but fair play to Demi, I guess. So Lizzie asked, what's your favourite shaped pasta? So earlier on in the Q&A I said how pasta was my favourite food, because my sister asked me what my favourite food was. My favourite shaped pasta, I don't want to sound boring, but I like the shell shapes. I like the ribbon ones as well. They're pretty good. I'd probably say the ribbon's my favourite shape, but just reminded me, my mum used to buy this massive bag of pasta that was like all different shapes, all different colours. It was like red and green pasta. It was awesome, and like, I want to find that again. I haven't seen that for ages. I'm gonna have to. Your question has just made me want to go and get different coloured and different shaped pasta, so it's happening, and I'll tweet it as well. DRBOA, who is just an absolute legend from Twitter again, says, you're out in the open sea and you see only 2 lifeboats, one with Nasri and one with Adebayor, or the other with Adebayor. Which boat will you pick? Oh my god. So I can go with Nasri. The both of them are snakes at the end of the day, so I go with Nasri. He's probably gonna. Nasri's the kind of guy that would push you off the boat and like keep all of your stuff. Do you know what I mean? He's the snake, isn't he? So I wouldn't trust that. I would trust Adebayor more than Nasri. But then you got Adebayor, who would probably kick me in the face like he did to Robbie Van Persie. So, oh God, I don't know. I'd probably go with Adebayor. He's I don't know. I imagine Adebayor is quite fierce as well. Like, not in that way. I mean, if we got into trouble, I think you scare them away. Whereas like Nasri looks like quite a pussy. So yeah, I think I'd rather be with Adebayor. I'd feel safer with Adebayor, is what I'm saying. I wouldn't trust Nasri. The next one says, you're lost in the wild on a winter night. You have a spare Rosicky and Tony Adams shirt. Need to burn one to keep you warm. Which one do I burn? So I have to burn, I'm sorry, Tony Adams, but I can't burn a Rosicky shirt. I'm burning the Tony Adams shirt whilst wearing my Rosicky shirt. Wearing my Rosicky shirt backwards, by the way, as DT like quite clearly pointed out. I don't know how to put a t-shirt on, apparently. Never mind. Next, the man of your dreams has proclaimed his love for you, and he wants the wedding to be at White Hart Lane. Wed or dump him? Damn. So the man of my dreams. So Rosicky has proposed to me but wants me to get married at White Hart Lane. No, I'm just kidding. Damn. What do I do? And I'd dump him. No. I could not get married at White Hart Lane. I'd never live that down. I would never live that down. If I got married at White Hart Lane, game over for me. Like, no one would speak to me. I couldn't go back on Twitter again. I'd be shot. Arsenal Twitter would shut me down. I'd be rustled every day. No, there's no way I could get married at White. I'm sorry, man of my dreams, but you're dumped. There's just no way that I'm getting married at White Hart Lane. One was from Dom, and Dom's question is, who's your favourite YouTuber? My favourite YouTuber is... Oh, it's so difficult. There's so many different categories, so I'm hoping you're going to let me categorize them. So my favourite vlogger is Syndicate, Tom Syndicate. He's just awesome. I absolutely love the guy. And his vlogs are just so funny. And just like, I don't know, there's never a dull moment in his vlogs, which is awesome. My favourite like FIFA YouTuber is Jessie, or it's Fangs she's called, or just no, it's just Fangs now, isn't it? So yeah, Fangs or Jessie is my favourite FIFA YouTuber. My favourite like other type YouTuber, oh, it's so difficult. There's so many to choose from. I watch a lot of Fangs. Calux, how could I forget Calux? Calux is my favourite, like, for his type of video, in real life type videos. You know, I love his public videos. They're so funny. And his challenges as well have been really good as well. So those three. I'm gonna narrow it down. I've narrowed it down to 3. Okay, that's not bad. I think your name's Elliot. So what's the strangest thing that's happened to you recently? Okay, so I don't know if this is classed as strange. I found it quite weird but awesome at the same time. So because the weather's been really nice recently, me and my mum, well, we've got outside, we've got a trampoline that's new. We've got a jacuzzi which we've just managed to get like working. So like, because my mum's got this new jacuzzi, all of her friends have been coming round and just chilling outside in it because the weather's been nice. So my mum's friend come round. She's the same age as my mum. Similar. No, she's not. My mum's gonna kill me for saying that. She's older than my mum. And I was watching Tom Syndicate, watching his vlogs, and because I hadn't watched them for a bit, so I was having a bit of a catch up, and I was watching loads of his vlogs. And because obviously she could hear it, I was lying outside on the sun lounger. She was like, you know, just peeked her head over and looked at my phone. She was like, oh, I know him. I watch his videos. And she's like the same age as my mum. She was like, oh yeah, I love his vlogs. He's so funny. And it turns out, to cut a long story short, her son is a big fan of him, and she took him to Insomnia to see him. And she met him with the son, and she just said he was that nice that she just took an interest into, like, you know, I think he vlogged he was vlogging at Insomnia, and I think his son is in his vlog. So like that for her is just, I don't know, she just kind of took to him after that. So fair play, Tom. You gained a fan from your kindness. So yeah. And she was just saying like how nice Tom is and stuff, and I just found it so weird because this is like my mum's friend from the gym, and she was like, oh yeah, I watch Syndicate, and I'm like, oh my god. And also though, it's awesome because it just shows like how big YouTube is becoming. And yeah, that brings me to the end of the Q&A, that little bit of like deepness at the end there. But thank you all for sending your questions. It's been really fun answering them. I've had a great time answering them all. There's a big van outside my house, so if it's loud, that's why. I'm looking forward to watching this back on my new camera. And yeah, I don't know, I've had a lot of fun today, and we'll have to do this again. I should try and make this like a regular occurrence. So thank you everybody from Snapchat and Twitter for sending your questions. I hope that I answered them all to satisfaction, and I hope this rash on my face hasn't been too much of a nightmare for you to look at. And with that being said, I'll see you all soon.